everyone. Tina Hogan Grant here, doing my monthly cuppa. Well, it's not cuppa and another. It's actually a tea time hour where I like to come on once a month, usually at the last Friday of the month, and I just like to hang out with the readers and see how you are doing, give you a little update on what I am up to, and just chit chat and just hang out with you guys. But I try and do this on the last Friday of the month. I am waiting for some people to join me. So if you can see me or hear me, uh, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know you can hear me just fine, see me just fine. And here we go. There's Belinda. Hey, Belinda, how are you doing, my dear? Good to see you. Thank you for joining me. I actually posted a little earlier that I was coming on today. So I was somewhat organized. Last time I came on, I didn't even let anyone know. I just kind of showed up. So today I'm a little organized and I see that Karen is here. Hey, Karen, good to see you. Thank you for joining me. This is one of my favorite things that I like to do is just come on the last Friday of the month and hang out with you guys. I am going to do a reading today. I didn't do one last time because I think I had Jack with me. So I spent more time trying to control Jack than actually hanging out with you guys and talking. But today, Jack is hopefully going to behave. He's downstairs. He is on the front porch in the sunshine. We are having glorious weather right now. This is February, and we're supposed to be in the middle of winter. And today it is 75, 80 degrees. So let me know how it is where you are in your neck of the woods. But we have had a glorious week, sunshine all week. We've not had much of a winter, or we had maybe 2 to 3 inches of snow a couple of weeks ago. But that's it. We are getting totally spoiled by this warm weather that we're having. Whether or not it's just a spoof and our winter is going to arrive late, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. This weekend is supposed to be really nice too. So I plan on spending some time outside and, of course, going for a hike with Jack. If I don't take him for a hike, he is a nightmare by the evening. So one good thing about, having Jack is that he gets me out and he gets me walking. So we always go for a hike every day except for the 2 days he's in camp, and he does not need me to walk that day. Thanks, Belinda, for letting me know. She says I sound good and I look good. Well, thank you very much. I'll take that. And Karen said it is 72 where she is at. So you having glorious weather too in St. Louis. So, a couple of weeks ago, the East was under a snowstorm. So I'm glad that the weather is warming up for you guys and you're enjoying the weather too. Oh, Rose is here. Hello, Rose. Good to see you, my dear. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to give you a little insight of what I'm doing, what's going on. You know what I normally do on a Friday. And if you have any questions for me, I'm always open to questions during my solo chats. If you anything you want to ask me, whether it be about the group, whether it be about the author page, whether it be about my books, or about me or Jack, feel free to ask me any questions. I'm, as they say, an open book. But the first thing I wanted to bring up is, of course, I got a little list here. See how organized I am today? My work in progress. It's going well. Let's see. A Boyfriend's Secret is the name of the book, as many of you know. And a couple of nights ago, I was on a roll. I posted about it because it doesn't happen too often, but I tend to write a lot more now at nighttime when the house is quiet and Jack is quiet. I got to put that in there. And I thought it was like 10 o'clock. And I thought, okay, I have not written today. I need to see if I can write 1,000 words. And I kept hearing Molly in my head. And I thought, okay, I'll sit down and I will write maybe hopefully 1,000 words before I go to bed. And by 1 o'clock, I had written over 5,000 words. She just kept talking and talking and talking. And of course, I'm just going to go with it. I'm not going to just say, okay, hold that thought, get back with me tomorrow, because that doesn't happen. If I don't, get them out of my head when they're talking, then, it's just crazy. So anyways, it doesn't happen that often, but to write 5,000 plus words in one session feels fantastic. And I wish it would happen more often, but that was a special writing session. It did move the book forward in a lot of directions that I didn't see coming, which is another reason why I didn't want to stop writing, is because they were throwing these surprises at me. I'm like, where did this come from? Where did this come from? Okay, I'm going to keep writing. And as you know, I'm adamant about letting my characters tell their stories. I don't try to change it because it doesn't sound real. It's their story. And I've mentioned before that sometimes I don't like what they do, but there's a reason for it. And I just go with it. That's all I can do. I just go with it. My deadline was for tomorrow, February the 28th. Of course, I picked the shortest month in the year for a deadline. It's not going to happen. I was hoping it would. I've been working diligently trying to reach that deadline, but the characters are still talking. They have a lot more to say. Not a lot more, but it's not going to happen tomorrow, which is okay. I'm not going to rush it, and I'm not going to rush them, and I'm also not going to leave things out that they want to tell me. So I'll be writing tonight. I'll be writing tomorrow over the weekend. But the way I'm looking at it right now, I'm at 72,000 words. My books average anywhere from 55,000 to 80,000. This is going to be closer to 80,000. I can tell that already. So with that in mind, I'm what did I say? 72,000 words. I believe I just passed page 200, like 201. I think it's going to go to about 250 pages, maybe a little bit more. So with that in mind, I'm looking towards maybe the end of this month. But like I said, I'm not going to rush it. I'm not going to leave things out that I know the characters want me to put in the book. So that's where we're at. But we are getting there. We are getting there. As far as what the book's about, I really can't say a lot without giving a lot away. Of course, I'll be sharing more once I get closer to publication date. But as of right now, it's called A Boyfriend's Secret. Molly, as you know, if you've read book 2, it was called A Daughter's Secret, and Molly met Gus, and they became an item, and they are still an item in this book, which I'm happy to see. I do like that the characters are following through into the next books. That wasn't the plan. Secrets Told, book 1, was supposed to be just a standalone, but you know how that is. I don't know how to write standalones. So here we are with book 3 in the works. But Molly and Gus are an item still. Stacy, her sister, is having not too much luck with boyfriends, as she didn't in book 1. I mean book 2. In this book 3, she meets Kirk. How they meet, I'll let you know. You can find out in the book. But the story is about one of these boyfriends has a secret. And the question is, which boyfriend is it? Which is why I went with A Boyfriend's Secret, because there is 2 boyfriends in this book. So that is the pretty much the basic outline of this book. And again, Patricia, or Patty, as she likes to be called now, also appears in this book with a surprise. So I enjoy hooking up with her again too. So Patricia Patty, you will catch up with her too, and of course her darling kids Savannah and Jewel and her husband Bryce. But yeah, which boyfriend holds the secret? So that is the premises or the question about this book, and I hope you will enjoy it when it finally comes out. But as of now, I'm looking at the end of March to finish draft 1. And then if you follow me with my other books of publication, books that I have published, I take a little bit of time off, not a lot, even a few days is enough just to regroup and to give myself a break from the story. And then I will reread the whole thing as an entire book. Because as of now, many of you know who follow me, I do not reread what I've written. I wrote chapter 1 of this book, A Boyfriend's Secret, back when I started the book in September. I've forgotten what I've written in that chapter, but if I start rereading what I've written, then I start opening a can of worms. I start changing things, and I don't want to do that because this is what the characters have told me. They've already told me the story, so why change it? But I go through it and I might clean it up a little bit. I might, of course, there's going to be grammar errors and things like that. I rewrite sentences, but I go through it really, really thoroughly. After I'm happy with a chapter, like chapter 1, then it goes off to Lulu, my editor. Then I work on chapter 2. So that way she's working on chapter 1 while I'm working on chapter 2. And we kind of work as a team that way, and it works really well. Instead of her waiting for me to go through the whole manuscript, we do it chapter by chapter. And I see a few more People have joined me. I'm going to just scroll up and answer some questions too that I see. Give me 1 minute. We've got, who's this? We have Carla Brown. Hey, Carla, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. And Karen is asking, how many books will be in this series? I wish I knew. I honestly do, but I just keep writing them until I kind of can feel the characters being a lot less quieter. That's what happened with the Sabella series. I started with Slater. It was supposed to be book one. It ended up being 8 books. And I kind of knew when Dream Big was written, just how the story was unfolding, and they were all coming together again. It was like a big finale. That this was going to be the last book. So I am actually do not know. It depends how many characters have secrets, right? Um, right now this is book 3, and we will see after this one closes or is published. We will see what goes on. But I wish I knew. But I would give you a heads up when I start writing a book. Depending on what the characters are telling me, if I can kind of feel if it's the last book. I will give you a heads up. I will give you a heads up. And I wish, I don't know what's wrong with my comments sometimes, but I get to a comment and it won't let me scroll up. Because I miss comments that way. But I see Sherry's here. She says hi to Rose. Hi, Sherry. I saw you said hello, but I can't get back to you. And then Elaine is here. She says hello from Fresno. Good to see you. I am really trying to scroll up. Just give me a minute. Oh, here we go. It's so touchy. I just want to see if I missed anybody. Oh, Sherry says, yay, book 3. Yes, I'm excited about it. Gail is here. And she says, wow, that is a lot of work out. It feels really good. And like I said, I really wish it could happen more often. But we take it when we can. We really do. Karen says that is amazing on the word count. Belinda, see, I miss these comments when I can't scroll up. Belinda says, I am so glad that your week went well and you got your writing done. Like, yes, I'm pleased with it. I'm kind of a little bit bummed that I didn't hit my deadline, but it's okay. It's okay. We will get there. I just don't want to rush it. So I just won't rush it. So that is what's going on with my work in progress. I will, of course, keep you updated. And when I get another 5,000 plus, what did I just do? Bear with me. I'm pushing buttons that I shouldn't do. I hate it when I do this. Hold on. Now it just disappeared. Good Lord. I'll get me back. Hold on. No. This is what happens when you don't know what you're doing. You just sit there pushing buttons. Wow. No. I don't want to be in a small little box. Am I in a small little box for you? I think I am. Hold on a second. Okay, well, I got a bigger box. That's one bigger box. There we go. All right, I'm going to just keep my hands to myself. I don't know what I did right there. There I go straight back to the keyboard. Okay, so anyways, I'm excited about the next book, bringing it to you. I don't, of course, have a release date. Once I try not to click buttons that I don't know. Once I have finished this first draft and I'm starting to go through it, then I kind of get an idea of how long it will take me and Lulu to go through it chapter by chapter, my cover designer to design the cover, all of the, the back end before we publish the book. But once that, I can't estimate any of that until I have that first draft in my hand. So let's see. The other things I've done with my books, I like to keep you updated on what's going on, is I am starting to have them translated into foreign languages. And right now I'm working on German. I have a backlist of 17 books, and each one does cost some money. So we don't do them all at once. We do them book by book. And of course, I have to get covers in German too, but I am keeping the covers throughout the series identical. I want to keep the brand. I want it to be recognized. Some authors choose to have a completely different cover if it's in German, a completely different cover if it's in French. I've chosen to keep it the same cover, But of course, the title will be in German. And when it's the paperback, then the blurb will be in German. My name, of course, will be the same. But as of now, I have a Secret Series, book 1 and 2. The Secrets Told and A Daughter's Secret have been translated into German. I'm waiting on the covers. And also Reckless Beginnings and Better Endings have been translated into German. Again, waiting on those covers. And next week, I plan on having the reunions done. I want to get the trilogy done and then the Secret Series done. They will be published on the German market, available in Kindle Unlimited, but wide as far as paperbacks go, and I think I can go wide in the Kindle books too. I have to look up on that. So I'm excited about that because there's quite a few languages. So after German, I'm going to be working on these books first. The Sabella series, I'm holding off. And if you've read the Sabella series, you know that it's pretty steamy. I mean, not over the top, but the translation can get kind of wobbly when it comes to those kind of scenes. So I'm holding off on those. I want to get the trilogy and the Secret Series done in about 4 or 5 languages before I work on the Sabella series, because those scenes really have to be accurate or even maybe changed. It depends on the translation part. So those are going to come later. Let's see. Elaine says, thank you. Well, congratulations on the translations. Well, it is. It's something I've been wanting to do for a long, long time, just like a lot of other things I do. But being self-published, we have to, do all these process ourselves. And I'm only one person. And in the middle of doing, promoting my books, thinking about the translations, thinking about audiobooks, I also have to write books to keep my library going, to keep my readers happy. So it's kind of a balance. And then when I finally get around the translation, my mode is that until it's completed. Everything else is on the back burner. But Karen did ask about audiobooks. Yes, Karen. Oh, sorry, I just deleted you back. Here we go. Karen says she knows that. Yes, I'm happy to say that Reckless Beginnings and Better Endings are now on audiobooks through Amazon and also Apple Books. You can also get them through, oh my goodness, what's it called? Audiobooks through Amazon. If you subscribe, you can read it for free, just like KU. Catherine Wines was my narrator, and she did a really good job. It took a lot because I went through 2 narrators before I worked with Catherine. It's been a long journey to get these books on audio. I'm going to stick with Catherine for all of my books. She knows my style of writing now. And when it came to the Tammy Mellows trilogy, I explained to her that Tammy is from England. She has an English accent. And she did really good. I think she did a really good job on portraying the English accent. It wasn't easy for her at first. It took her a few practices, but now that she's on book 3 doing the reunions, she's got the flow. She did a really good job. So I want to thank Catherine. As she's working on the reunions right now, I don't have a release date, but it won't be, a long time because we have the 2 books out, but she's working on it. What I do want to say though, especially, I'm not sure, Karen, if you listen to audiobooks, but I am giving away some audiobooks just as an intro because it's a new launch. If you read audiobooks, not just Karen Geeling, any of you, if you read, I should say, listen. If you listen to audiobooks and you've not read or listened to Reckless Beginnings and Better Endings, I am giving away a few copies. All you have to do is just message me, and I will send you a code. I'm going to be flat out honest with you. I don't listen to audiobooks. I don't know how this works. All I know is I have codes that I can give to readers, and they can download the audiobook for free. If you're familiar with audiobook codes and how all this process works, message me. I'll be happy to give you, codes for Reckless Beginnings and Better Endings. You don't have to pick one. I'll give you both. So just message me, and I'll give you the codes. And if you know how to do it, be my guest. I hope you enjoy it. The only thing I ask, of course, is leave me a review. And Catherine, leave a review, and that helps me and that helps readers. So if you're interested in receiving an audiobook you're listening today, this is one of the advantages of listening to me. You can get a code for both of my audiobooks if you wish, or just the one if you haven't read either one of them. I like what Elaine says. Do you ever sleep? It seems like I'm sleeping lesser and lesser every night, but that's okay. Right now, I'm able to. I usually go to bed about 1, and get up about, I don't know, 6. Sometimes though, Jack is waking me up in the middle of the night. We need to stop that. Um, he no longer sleeps in the crate. He had, when I first got him, he was a crazy wild puppy, and we did crate train him because I was afraid that I'd wake up with no couch, no pillows, no cushions. And for the last, I want to say, 2 months, we have finally moved forward, and he no longer sleeps in the crate. So he's growing up to be a big boy, but I don't think he realizes that he can go out to the bathroom if he wants to. We have a doggy door. But sometimes in the middle of the night, like 2:30, I hear him barking, and I go out to the living room, and he's just sitting there in the dark barking. And when I turn on the bathroom light, which is the back door towards where the doggy door is, he goes, "Oh, okay," and he moses on out to the bathroom door. He hasn't connected that he's out of his crate, and he can just walk through the bathroom to the back door and use the doggy door. I mean, he uses it all day long, but he'll figure it out. So once in a while, he does interrupt my sleep, but it's okay. And then he comes back in and goes right back to sleep. So, other than that, I'm good with, 5 hours of sleep. And Karen says she does listen to audiobooks. Karen, if you've not listened to these 2 books, I'd be happy to give them to you for free. All I ask is for reviews. And if you know how to do the codes, that's something you'll have to do, because honestly, I've never listened to audiobooks, and I don't know how to work the codes. I just have codes that I can give to readers and they can download it. So yeah, message me if you want the books. I'll be happy to give them to you. Um, the other thing I'm doing, when being an author and being self-published, like I said, we wear a lot of hats and we're in all different directions. My main focus every time I sit down is writing my book. I must write. I need to write. I have a urge to write every single day. I don't diligently sit down at 9 a.m. and say I have to write till noon. That's not how I write, because my characters are the ones that are telling me the stories. If they're not in my head at 9 o'clock in the morning, what am I going to do? Sit here and wait? No, I don't work that way. It tends to be at nighttime is when they start talking to me, and that's what works for me. But if they happen to, talk to me in the middle of the afternoon, I will stop what I'm doing and go write. I don't have a time frame of when I write. I don't say, okay, I've got to be sitting at my desk for 3 hours. No, sometimes it's an hour. Like the other night, it was 3 hours. Sometimes it's only 40 minutes, but maybe 2 hours later, I come back for another 40 minutes. But with everything that I have going on, I try and space my days out of like, okay, I'm going to do this time, this time. The other thing I've been doing is my beading. As you know, I got this passion now for beading. And what started all of this was creating and making a bookmark for Secrets Told. When I launched Secrets Told, I wanted to do something different. I've never done with all of my books before. And that's when I came up with the velvet bookmark for Secrets Told with the key that represents the key on the cover. But when I made those bookmarks, it was just like, wow, this is a lot of fun, because I wasn't in front of electronics. I wasn't on my phone. I wasn't in front of my laptop. I wasn't keying on the thing. I was actually crafting with my hands. And it's turned into something that I really, really, really enjoy. And like I said, my books always, always come first. But I don't want to. And what I started doing was, I'll start a page for my beads, or I'll start a TikTok for my beads. I don't want to be 2 separate accounts, or whatever you want to call it, because the beading is part of me. And all of these designs that I think of pretty much evolves around my books. So I'm incorporating the beads, because when I do craft fairs too, it's Tina's books and beads. So I'm incorporating everything around everything when it comes to beads around my books, because that's what inspired a lot of this beading crafts. It's my books. I posted some the other day, but like, for example, here's one right here. This is a black and red memory wire bracelet, but it's inspired by the Sabella series. It has the red heart, it has the black beads, the red for romance, And my bookmark that I made to represent the Sabella series has the same heart on it. So everything I have, as far as my beads go, is going to be incorporated with my books. When I display my books at my craft fairs, it's going to have a bracelet next to it. And, I'm going to do little things like, do I have one here? I do. Right here, the beads, whether it be online, whether it be at the craft show, the bracelet is going to come with a little bag. And I also have done little cards that will go in with the bracelet. And these are online orders too, not just at the craft fairs. And it says, this one I call the Fire and Steel Red Hot Memory Wire Bracelet, inspired by the passion and strength of the Sabella series by Tina Hogan Grant. So I'm incorporating all of my bead crafts. So, I'm one. And not over here is beads. Not over here is my books. I want it to be all tied in together. And these are really cool. These bracelets, they're called memory wire because they actually spring. And you just wrap them around. I can't do it backwards. Maybe I can. But you can't see what I'm doing, but you just wrap them around your arm like that. So it fits any wrist size. There's no clasp. You don't need any clasps. And then when you take it off, you just unwrap it and it springs right back into shape. How cool is that? So anyway, these are memory wire bracelets and they're all focused around. I like this one right here. This one, the colors actually were inspired from the Reckless Beginning covers. If you've seen the Reckless Beginnings, it's browns, it's beiges. These colors came from that cover, and I call it the Blush and Earth bracelet. Growth after the storm. I'm reading off the card that goes with the bracelet. Growth after the storm, blush and earth, inspired by Reckless Beginnings. So I'm kind of excited to incorporate these. This is a single one. This is just one strand. Again, you just clip it on like that. And this one has nautical charms on it. If you can see, it's kind of hard on the camera, but it has a mermaid, it has a turtle, it has a seashell, and of course, this is inspired by Tammy's Fishing Days in the trilogy. It's called the Saltwater Strength of Tammy's Nautical Memory Wire Bracelet. So I'm having fun matching these up, getting inspired by my books, and just making them, as a representation of each other. And eventually I'm going to have, like complete book sets, where you can get, the Tammy Melly trilogy with the bookmark, with the bracelet, or whatever else coincides with the book. So I just want to give you a little outline on that, how I'm incorporating everything. So you're going to see, like, my bead stuff on my author page, but it's going to be incorporated with my books. I don't want to have separate pages because it's all part of me. And not only that, I don't have time to run another page and, another TikTok page, another Facebook page, another Instagram page. I can't do it. I'm just not going to do it. So I'm having a lot of fun doing those. That is something I wanted to bring up to date with you on that. And I have a lot of events coming up. I've been busy booking. As you know, I absolutely love doing these in-person events. Some of them are craft shows, some of them are book fairs, some of them are a combination of both. And which is another reason why this bead craft really adds to my booth at craft fairs, because I've applied at a few, before I was doing my beads, at a few craft shows as just an author. And I kind of ticked me off a little bit, but I'm sorry, it has to be homemade crafts. Books aren't crafts. Well, to me, they are crafts. It's creativity. We have to create our stories. I mean, to me, they're crafts. I mean, you might agree, you might disagree, but to me, writing is a craft. But a lot of these craft shows do not think that books are crafts, which is kind of sad. But now that I've incorporated the bees, I have no issues getting into the craft fest, and I meet so many wonderful people. I just wish that I could go beyond California. One day maybe I can do that, but I would love to meet all of you that aren't in California and follow me and support me. But I am having so much fun, and I just applied for one today. It's called Books and Blooms. So this is a craft fair / books. We have to apply and wait to get approved. So crossing fingers, I get into that one. It's the new one for me. Books and Blooms is in Silverado, which is about 2 hours away. It's a nice drive. My max to drive to a craft fair is 2 hours, either north or south. Beyond that, no, I'm not doing it. So I'm waiting to hear from that one. My first one is next week's March the 7th. It is a craft fair and it's in Bakersfield. So this is a new one to me too. And I always post pictures of my booth because they're always changing. I'm always adding things. Like I showed you the bracelet display. It's fun thinking about my booth, setting it up, buying new things for it. So I'll always post pictures and videos of each fair that I do, and just to keep you in the loop. And Karen, good. Karen agrees that books are writing is a craft. It is 100%. So yeah, I get kind of upset when they say, "I'm sorry, we don't take books. It's crafts only." It's like, well, excuse me, what's writing? And thank you, Belinda, for saying that my beading is pretty. I really enjoy it. I really do. When I need a break from electronics, you'll find me beading. Okay, moving on, because I do want to read to you also. And Jack is being very good. I don't hear a peek from him. He's being very good. Let's see on my little list here. What else? Oh, I got a live chat on Monday, March the 2nd. She has been on my show before, Adele Royce, and she's a joy to talk to. So I'm going to be talking to her. I don't have the flyer with me, unfortunately, but we're talking about, of course, her books. I just can't remember the title of the book we'll be talking about. But she's a joy to talk to. She has been on before, and I read the book we talked about last time. It's a really good book. I do have this book of hers. I'm trying to read most of it before I chat to her on Monday, but you know how that goes. But I'm enjoying the book immensely, what I've read so far. So looking forward to talking to her. That'll be Monday, March the 2nd at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern. And of course, you know there's going to be giveaways. So I'm looking forward to talking to her again. Adele Royce. I'm thinking of Bryce Royce on Monday. Janet is asking. Oh, she's here. I'm complete. Yes, I'm here. You're here. Jack is downstairs on the front porch, soaking up the sun. He's being a good boy. After this, we are going to go for, I'm not going to say it too loud, but a hike, because he knows that word. But after this chat, there's a gorgeous hike 2 minutes away from my house. It's like a 2-mile hike, and we do that one every day. Middle of nowhere. I love the hike. It's uphill halfway, and then you come downhill on the other side of the trail. It's one of my favorites because it's so close. It's so close. So I tend to take them there a lot. And then when I want to go for a longer hike, I drive 15 minutes up to Mount Pinos, 9,000 foot elevation, and there's a great hike to the very peak that takes just about an hour, but it's a workout. And I love going on that one too. But right now that road is closed, or the gates are closed, because we still have snow up there. So right now we're going to do, I call it the loop. Belinda says she is looking forward to Monday. I really look forward to these chats. I really do. And we are booked up until June. So we got plenty of authors to meet, and got plenty to interview. As of now, we are booked up until the middle of June. So things are looking good. And she also says, Belinda says she never heard it before. She's really nice. She's really sweet. She was new to me the last time I interviewed her, but we got her back on the schedule because, in fact, the day I have her on my show is the day I wish I had the name of her book, is the day her new release is coming up. March the 2nd I'm looking at my photos, see if I have it in my photos, is the day that her release comes out. It's March the 2nd. So it's actually release day for her, the day of the chat. And of course, I don't have a picture in my phone. Oh, well, I tried. Okay. So I hope you can join us for that on Monday at 5 o'clock. I'm looking at the time. I'm going to read to you soon, and then I'll catch up with the other stuff. Let's see. Okay, the other thing I wanted to talk about real quick. Janet says we have the air on here, and you've got nice weather too. We do too. I mean, it's like 75 here, and I was talking about that earlier in the chat, that we have just been spoiled here in California. We've only had inch bit of snow, And right, usually this time of year we're like snowed in and it's freezing cold temperatures, but it's 75 here. And I think Karen from St. Louis said she was also in the 70s. So, thank you, Karen. She says the name of the book is Slipper Girl. Thank you so much. I appreciate it because it is on the post that I posted a couple of days ago. But that's who we're going to be talking to on Monday about her book, Slipper Girl, that actually is publication day for that book, March 2nd. So that's exciting to have her on actual launch day. So I'll have to make sure we give her a nice shout out for her publication for her book. The other thing is the group. We do have the group is always, as always, is going really well. I have kind of changed a little bit of my posting. I'm not sure if you noticed. I didn't get any complaints, so that's a good thing. But I have to. I mean, I love posting in the group. Don't get me wrong, but I also have to figure out my time of what I'm doing in the group and versus, the time I have to spend with my books. So I have cut back posting my puzzles at 4 o'clock. They take time, to figure out what puzzle. Anyways, they take time. So I have cut back now to a weekly puzzle from me on Fridays. Um, and I'm going to incorporate those with my books again. What I'm going to be doing is just using an excerpt from my books. Doesn't, it'll be a different book each week, but it's a way for you to get to know the books if you haven't read them and also see a little scene from the book too that incorporates with that excerpt. I'm just kind of ramping it up where I'm not posting random posts in the book in the group 5 days a week. That takes up some of my time. So I hope you understand. But Karen, our admin, who is brilliant, is still posting her puzzles every single day. It's just I have to cut back as far as what I'm posting because of my time frames and the amount of time. But that post I have changed to Tina's weekly post on Fridays, and it will be incorporated around my books with an excerpt. And I'll pick the excerpt and I'll pick the book. And, I thought it'd be kind of fun that you can actually read an excerpt and get a little scene to it. So that's what's happening different in the group. I think most of the other posts I'm doing, like the yay or nay, I love doing those because I like looking for reading nooks and posting those and seeing the kind of reaction. But I am posting a little differently as far as my posts go because of the time frame that I'm on. But we do have a party coming up. Yay! March 17th is just around the corner. I will be posting more about that closer to the date of St. Patrick's Day. This will be, I think it's our 7th, maybe 8th. It's on the post. Well, we have celebrated St. Patrick's Day every year. This used to be my dad's favorite holiday, and I probably say it every year. So I do this in remembrance of my dad, and because I'm half Irish, and because I just love the holiday. I just love the Irish. I love the country. I love the sense of humor. I love everything about Ireland, and I just brings back memories of dad. So that's why we celebrate, and because I love bringing authors and readers together, also. But it's always been a fabulous holiday in the group, and we have over 70 authors joining us on St. Patrick's Day. I believe it's a Tuesday. I don't have a calendar in front of me, but I think it's a Tuesday. Whatever day the 17th is on, that's the day it's going to be on. But it's a lot of fun, and authors are invited to come in, talk about their books, share their work, invite you to join their newsletters, whatever they want to do. But when they post, we ask that they do a giveaway. Some authors post once, some authors post 3 times. So be sure to, if you come in the morning, be sure to come back later in the day because I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of posts during that day. There will be no other posts during that day. Any other regular posts from Karen or myself will not be posted. If you have a scheduled post for that day or a pending post that's not related to the St. Patrick's celebration, it probably will not get approved. The only one that will be shown outside of the celebration is a birthday. Pam Chevon does a fabulous job keeping track of the birthdays. If a member has a birthday on that day, or 2 or 3, then of course she's going to post that birthday. We're not going to skip someone's birthday, so they always get posted no matter what goes on in the group. So yeah, that's coming up. Book your calendars. March 17th. I will be posting about it closer to the date. Karen will be scheduling a post a week before with the featured authors that will be joining us. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and it's going to be a fun day. So, that is the update on the group. I am going to pause and I'm going to read something to you. I like to do a little excerpt from one of my books when I do a live. I'm getting back into the routine here. I kind of got off track there for a little while. But one of the book I'm going to read from for you today, you might have read it, so I appreciate you listening to me read if you have. But I'm going to read a short story from Waves and Memories. This book doesn't get enough attention, and it's my fault. I am so busy with this, talking about my latest books, which is the Secret Series, um, Tammy Mello's trilogy, because that has always been one of my best sellers. It was my debut. The Sabella series has its own page, so it's just like this poor little guy doesn't get enough attention, and sometimes I forget that me and Gordon wrote this because it's just like on the back. It does really well at the craft shows, especially when Gordon's with me, because Gordon just like is the salesman to the max when it comes to selling this book because he's part author. So I thought I'd give a little attention today and just remind you people that we have a short story collection written by me and Gordon. It's on ebooks, and of course it's on KU, and it's in paperback. But I very rarely talk about this book, and that's bad. And I haven't read from this one in a while. And as you can see, there's actual pictures of me and Gordon right there during our fishing days and on the back too. But what inspired this book was after the trilogy, me and Gordon were talking about other things that we didn't mention in the trilogy. And after a while, it's like we've got a lot of content here and that we should have mentioned in the trilogy. And I thought we should do a short story collection. So that's how this book was born. It's stories that didn't make it into the trilogy. And me and Gordon had such a blast reminiscing on these stories, laughing really hard because a lot of these are funny. And the title, Waves and Memories, was actually a suggestion from Barbara Miller in the group because I could not come up with the title. Many of you would probably remember. And I had the group decide. And then we did a vote. And Waves and Memories is the one that won. I mentioned Barbara in the back of the book for suggesting the title. That's how I love to involve readers. When I get stumped, I'm going to ask you guys. So I'm going to read a short story from here. And the one I picked is You're on an Open Radio Channel 4. You're on an Open Radio Channel 4. And this one is a short story in the book. It's not too long. But these are all about adventures when me and Gordon fished that did not make it into the Tammy Mello's trilogy. So here we go. This is the one. This is the title. You're on an Open Channel 4. When fishing for lobsters at San Clemente Island, sometimes for 7 to 10 days straight, life was limited to the confinement of the Baywitch. The island is owned by the government and used for Navy SEAL training, so no one is allowed to step foot on it. After a day of fishing and pulling traps, nights were spent anchored in the harbor with limited entertainment. There was no TV reception, and power was limited to a single generator used primarily to charge the battery of the little boat. By the end of the day, Tammy's body ached, her hands swollen and chapped, so even holding a book was painful, and reading was certainly out of the question. What provided the most entertainment and many laughs was the marine radio. It was the only form of communication for all the fishermen in the area to the rest of the world. Once the sun had gone down, it was replaced with a dark sky illuminated with stars. With the day's catch secured and the deck scrubbed, it was time to get settled in the cabin for the night. Many of the fishermen would spend that time reaching out to family and loved ones via the marine radio. It was the busiest time on the radio, but the calls were not private. They were held on an open channel, where others could hear everything that was said between both parties, the caller and the receiver. A majority of the fishermen were aware of this and were cautious when speaking, but others it seemed forgot, revealing their secrets to the rest of the fleet, or the rest of the world. This night was no exception. After all their chores were done and their bellies full, Tammy and Dwayne curled up on the bed in their V-berth of the Baywitch and settled in, engulfed in each other's arms, listening to the voices of the marine radio. The first two calls were like many they'd heard before, a fisherman calling his wife and kids, telling them about his day and how much he missed them. Another was made to fisherman's mother, which Tammy thought was sweet. Then another male voice came on, and just like the previous calls, he asked the marine operator to connect him. After a few rings, the call was connected and the fisherman spoke. Hey, baby, I'll be at the dock tomorrow noon. I'll be at the dock tomorrow around noon. Can you meet me? The woman on the other end squealed with excitement. Yes, I'll be there. I can't wait to see you. With her head on Dwayne's chest, Tammy raised up. Oh, that's so sweet, she whispered. They must really miss each other. She sounds so excited that he's coming home. The fisherman spoke again. I've missed you too, baby. We're going to get it on, so be ready. The woman giggled. I'm ready. I'll call you when I'm out from the marina, the fisherman told her. Tammy chuckled. Hey, they're going to get it on, she said, nudging Dwayne's arm. Tammy ceased speaking when she heard the woman again. I'll be waiting for you, she hollered over the radio. When the call was ended, the fisherman asked the marine operator to connect him to another number. Tammy and Dwayne continued to listen and were surprised when another female voice came on the line. The fisherman said, Hey, honey, it's been a slow couple of days. I'm afraid I'm going to have to stay out here for a few more days. Tammy raised her head higher, her ears peaked. The woman spoke. Oh, no, I was so looking forward to you coming home. Tammy's jaw dropped. That dirty bastard. He's talking to his wife. He spoke again. I know, honey, me too, but I'll be at home in a couple of days, I promise. Wow, he lied to his wife so he could get to meet his lover. What a jerk, Tammy hissed. No shit, Jane laughed. Doesn't he know he's on an open channel? Obviously not, or he's just stupid and forgot, Tammy said, sitting up. His wife sounds so disappointed. I wish I knew who the guy was. I'd give him a piece of my bloody mind. Dwayne chuckled. Well, as we always say, the couple that fishes together stays together. Tammy smiled and leaned in, giving Dwayne a warm, tender kiss on the lips. You've got that right, she smiled again. I love you. Dwayne pulled her in and said, I love you too. So there you go. A little short story of a confession on the marine radio. And that's pretty much how long these stories are. They're pretty short, but a lot of them are funny. A lot of them are tearjerkers. Some of them are dangers at sea, but they're a lot of fun to write. But that one was a lot of fun. Yeah, we heard a lot of little stories like that on the Marine Channel where people just didn't realize they were, on an open channel. So there we go. So let's see. I'm going to be wrapping it up here soon. The newsletter. My newsletter goes out on the 1st, which is the day after tomorrow. I do the newsletter once a month on the first day of the month. So that is the day after tomorrow. If you're not a subscriber to my newsletter, right now you can subscribe and get First Fall and Dabbing for free. It's instant. The link is at the top of my author page. It's Tina Hogan Grant /pages/free books. If you can remember that. If not, the top of my author page, it'll say sign up and you can get those books for free if you don't subscribe to my newsletter. Those go out once a month. I don't spam you, as a lot of you know. But that is about it. So, any other questions before I go? This has been a lot of fun, as always. I'm going to be here the last Friday of next month. We will see where I'm at with Work in Progress, A Boyfriend's Secret. Hopefully, it is done. It is with the editor, and I have a lot more to tell you as far as that book goes. Cross fingers that I get it done before the end of March. I apologize I didn't get it done before the end of February, but we'll get there. We will. But we are getting there. So I'm excited about it. Karen says, thank you for the live read. You are so welcome. And again, don't forget, if you want a few copies of the audiobooks of Better Endings and Records Beginnings, do message me and I will send you those codes. Other than that, Belinda says, thank you for reading me. You are so welcome, my dear. Thank you for listening. I will see you in the group and enjoy your weekend. I hope you all have wonderful weather. We are expected to be 75 or 80. And thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you in the group and have a great night. Good night, everybody.